Today I was doing some searching on Goodreads for a particular book and also a particular type of book, and it occurred to me that some of you may not be familiar with a very handy feature, so I wanted to take a moment to share it with you. First off, if you're already a Goodreads user, you know how to search on a book. So I'll type on a book called Performance Management. That happened to be one of the books that I was looking for today. And when I do that, it brings up a list of books with relevant titles. So the particular book I was looking for was an old book that I had read in years gone by, down here by Aubrey Daniels. If I hadn't remembered the name of the book, I could, of course, search not just by title, but also by author. So I could have searched by typing in his name, Aubrey Daniels. And again, this brings out a list this time of books in particular that he authored or co-authored. But while I was in here, I actually wanted to look more broadly at leadership books. And there's not really a topic search right here. It's more particular to titles and authors. So the place to go is if I go to Browse up here in the top navigation bar, you'll see an option called Lists. And by clicking on that, it takes me to Magic, Listopia. Listopia shows all kinds of user created lists and ways of searching for material in a particular genre or with a particular keywords in mind. So just taking a quick look down through here, you'll see at the top of the Listopia page, they begin to offer you some featured lists. These will change from time to time. And then there's lists with recent activities. So these are ones that may have some current action in. And then as I scroll down through, you'll see I can see some lists that my friends, my Goodreads friends, have voted on. So there are several of those. And then there are popular lists, books or lists, excuse me, of books and titles that basically get a lot of traction. If I move up on the right-hand side of the page, you'll see that there's also automatically for me brand new lists that people have created. I can also browse by tag. So even if books are not specifically in a list, or they're not popping up in some of these categories showing on my screen, I can search by tag. So for instance, I was looking for books on leadership. So things that are tagged with leadership. And now here are lists that are tagged with books about leadership. And it goes on and on and on. So I am not bereft for books in this particular category. Now I'm going to go back to the main Listopia page for a moment and keep going up. So that was the browse by tag. You can put in any tag that you want. And then there's also the best of lists. So, right, best books ever, best books of the 21st century. You get the idea. And for most of these categories, there's a more function that will expand even more related lists. But the last thing I want to highlight is up in the very top right-hand corner. This is how you can interact more directly with lists yourself. So you can create your own new list. You can look at all lists, which would be pretty extensive. Also lists that you've created. You can see a list of your lists, lists you've voted on, and also lists that you've liked. So this is a really handy feature in Goodreads. Remember Listopia and to get there through the browse navigation at the top of your screen. Have fun playing. See you later.